Yes, good afternoon, one and all. This is N. Raju. And as per as our previous class has been considered, we are in the method of graphical representation in the linear programming by the application of linear programming technology in the case of operational research. So let us see an example how to solve these problems related to the graphical method of linear programming in the case of operational research. Yesterday we have gone to a problem related to this LP technology and representing with respect to the values obtained by the substitution of these constants or constraints, identification of these constraints from the 0 0 origin to when x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, nominally substituting the values, and depending upon that the main polynomial equations, we have got another x2 y2 values, and simultaneously upon substitution of the any one value of x in the another equation, subsequently you are obtaining the two more values. So with those values x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, and x4 y4, we have plotted a graph, and beyond that the feasibility limitations has been identified. Simultaneously we'll be seeing another one more problem related to the graphical representation method in the case of this linear programming in the operational research. A farmer has recently acquired a 110 hectares piece of land. He has decided to grow wheat and barley on that land. Due to quality of the sun and the region's excellent climate, the entire production of wheat and barley can be sold. He wants to know how to plant each variety in the 110 hectares, given the cost, net profits, and labor requirements according to the data that has been tabulated below. So it is crystal clear that a farmer, he has been acquired 110 hectares as a single piece, a piece of land. Here it specifies that 110 acres constitutes a single piece. So he has decided to grow wheat and barley in that land. So due to the quality of the sun and research region's excellence climate, the entire production of wheat and barley can be sold. So there is a demand can be sold in the sense it clearly specifies that there is an demand for these both the products. First one it is the wheat, next one it is the barley. So he wants to know how the plant each variety, how to plant each variety in the 110 hectares, and how much labor cost need to be specified, and how much net profit will be getting acquired, and in how many days the field will be getting acquired upon plantation. These and all of the data will be existing indeed to analyze the profit. First one, variety in the tabular column. Let us see the details regarding this. First one, variety cost, price of per hectare. That is for wheat, that is 100, and net profit per price per hectare. Net profit price per hectare, that is 50. Man or days per hectare. So working days per hectare, that is 10 days. So this 10 days will be involving that for initially plantation and meanwhile observation, and if there is any fertilizer necessary, application of those fertilizer to the crop, and later on again observation, and after achieving the crop within a few days have to remove the crop from the field, and concerned grains has to be removed, and those will be bagged up, packing by packing. So simultaneously, as per the data given, when we have been considered this barley, it will be costing of 200 rupees per hectare, or net profit will be gaining that 120, and number of working days or manual power that is required per hectare, it is 30. So the farmer has a budget of 10,000 US dollars and availability of 1200 man days during the planting horizon. So find the optimal solution and the optimal value. So the farmer had a budget that is 10,000 US dollars, and he is also having another one more benefit, that is 1200 manpower working per the given days as mentioned in the table or column for 10 days or 30 days as per the crop, that is either it may be of a wheat crop or a barley crop. And the major constraint here it is indeed to get the optimal solution and optimal value. So how the planning is required, and depending upon that plan, here there is an equating value that net profit should be attained for wheat, that is 50 rupees or $50, and for barley $120. So calculating of the mean difference between these 150. So $50 need to be get invested on this wheat, and cost is 150 net profit. So the investment is 50 and 50, and costing price is 100, and net should be profit of 50. Simultaneously, the difference between this variety of cost and net profit is net profit here 120, and that is the investment cost, which clearly specifies the TET. So I have to utilize for the crop yielding, that is 10, and next 30 for barley, 10 for wheat and 10 or 30 for barley. So major functionality it is how we have to plan the schedule for attaining the given conditions in an optimal way by utilizing this linear programming technique and plotting the graph in the graphical representation method. Right? We'll be looking at. Hence, we are clearly having the formulations considering the total area for growing wheat, that is X in hectares, and total area for growing barley Y in hectares. X and Y are the decision variables. There is the step one, taking the variables. Next constraints need to be added to it. That is the second step, writing the objective function. So here, what is the objective function in the question? Just we have been discussed that need to be applied here. Since the production from the entire land can be sold in the market, so there is a demand. It's already clearly specifying that wheat and barley can be sold and can be sold in the market. So selling has no any objection. Hence, there is a demand for the product. So for that demand need to be justified, the concerned work should be planned. That is our main intentionality. And in that also, there is some constraints. This much net profit need to be achieved for us, and only this much of labor, that is for wheat 10 members and next for barley 30 members need to be utilized. Nothing more than that, because if you have been utilized the many more members for planting or any of the yielding process, in any of the yielding process, if the manual process has been increased, manual persons has been increased, simultaneously investment will be increased. So here it is clearly specifying that investment should not be increased, and only as per the given criteria the investment need to be invested on the agricultural crops, and net profit this much should be earned to us, so like that. Hence the farmer would want to maximize the profit for its total produce. That's the major intentionality. You are given a net profit for both wheat and barley. So net profit for wheat it is 50 US dollars per hectare, and for wheat it is 120 US dollars for barley, right? And our main objective function, hence we are considered this x as an wheat relative and y as an barley relative. The corresponding coefficients has been attached in with respect to the decision variables x and y, and let this equation be given with an objective function that need to be calculated with z. So maximization z here is nothing but increasing of the profit as per the given conditions. Next one, uh, writing the constraints, considering the constraints. It is very clear that the farmer has total budget 10,000 US dollars, right? Hence, the cost of producing wheat and barley per hectare is also given to us. We have an cap that total cost spent by the farmer has been given to us. Hence, we can calculate by equating the with the maximum constraint. Maximum constraint here specifies the total investment or total budget of the farmer. Hence, the equation that is 100x plus 200y less than or equal to 10,000. And the second constraint here it is upper cap on the availability of total number of man days for planning horizon. Total number of man days available is 1200, but there is the utilization of only 10 per for wheat. X is equal to wheat here and y is equal to barley. Only 10 members for wheat production and 30 members for barley production. So out of this 1200 we are utilizing only 30 plus 10 40 members on an average. So hence this 10x plus 30y is definitely less than or equal to 12. So equal to also we could not say, because this 1200 is greater than the 40. Hence out of 1200 farmers or labor, we are utilizing only 10 member or 10 people for wheat and 30 people for barley production. The third constraint, that is the second constraint. So the third constraint is the total area present for the plantation. So he has taken 110 acres, hectares of land for lease, right? Hence the production. So this 110 acres will be utilized for yielding of both this wheat and barley. X plus y less than or equal to 110. So hence we can conclude it is equal to 110. X plus y is definitely equal to 110, because the availability of land for growing these both wheat and barley is equal to 110. In the question, he clearly specified that his budget is 10,000 and availability of labor is 1200, but only have to utilize 10 people for wheat production and 30 people for barley production. And next one, in this 110 acres, we have to produce these two crops, wheat and barley, but there is no any clarity for us that how many hectares are producing, in how many hectares we are producing wheat and in how many hectares we are producing barley. There is no any clear cut information, and hence that is a constraint. So unknown values are here considered as an constraints. So these three are the constraints. Next one, the values of x and y will be greater than 0 or equal to 0. And as per our fourth step in the linear programming, that non-negativity should be justified. So hence x is equal to 0 or greater than 0. Simultaneously y is equal to 0 or greater than 0. In the yesterday's problem also, we have substituted the same x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0 in the given in the given or obtained constrained equations, that is polynomial equations, and solved the problem. And these are the constraints by the application of both these four different steps as per the graphical representation in accordance with the linear programming method is this obtained equations. And hence we will be moving on with the solvation of linear programming through graphical method. Hence x and y are definitely greater than 0, not equal to 0. We can clear cutly specify because there are 110 acres of hectares of land for manufacturing, and definitely wheat is growing, and next barley is also growing in that land. Hence x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. Since we know that x comma y is greater than 0, we are only considering the first quadrant, plotting of the graph. So for plotting of that graph, how the equations need to be simplified, we will be seeing once. We are having the maximum constraint that 10,000 US dollars as a budget. Hence at 100x plus 200y less than or equal to 10,000. It can be simplified as taking the common factor of 100, and with that 1x plus 2y, 100 to 2y less than or equal to 100 10,000, that is less than or equal to 100 by dividing by 10 or taking the 100 as a common factor. Simultaneously 10x plus 30y less than or equal to 1200. As per the availability of the labor, we are utilizing only some of the labor, and hence it can be simplified x plus 3y less than or equal to 120 by dividing with respect to 10 or taking in 10 as a common factor. Hence the third equation in simplification we will be getting x plus y less than or equal to 110. Plotting the first two lines on the graph as per the equations in the first quadrant, the optimal feasible solution was achieved at the point of intersection. So we'll be getting as a point of intersection, we'll be seeing the values of x comma y, which gives the 60 comma 20. So substituting this x is equal to 0 concept in one equation and simultaneously obtaining the y solutions. So hence maximum profit can be attained is 50 into 60 plus 120 into 20. So here x is equal to 60 and y is equal to 20. So maximum profit is $5,400. How we are specifying it? Here the budget and mandate constraints are very much active. It means the point at which the equations x plus 2y less than or equal to 100 and x plus 3y less than or equal to 120 intersects gives us the optimal solutions. So x is equal to 0 concept, this is in first line. X plus y less than or equal to 100, that is a major constraints, 10 110 110 110 110, right? So this is the major, and x plus 2y less than or equal to 100, we are having the physical, that is 50, and here it is 100 and simultaneously 100. And next one, third equation, x plus 3y less than or equal to 120 specifies the 40, and next it is 120. So 120 and 40. So here the values of xy gives the formal solution. Here it is 60 comma 20. Hence this 60 and next day 20. How we will be verifying it, or how we will be justifying it? Here in the case of x plus 3y, or maximum unstrained deviational value, x plus 2y having the 100 of maximum limitations of producing or profit achieving to the company, and by the equation of this x plus 3y we are having 120. The main difference here upon intersection of the third line x plus y less than or equal to 110, clearly specifying the deviance between these two equations is 20. Hence the 20 is the barley case of deviation manufacturing. So hence 20 hectares of land is utilized, or the maximum profit for the farmer should produce wheat and barley in 60 hectares and 20 hectares of land respectively. So that is 60 hectares for wheat and 20 hectares for barley. So 20 hectares for barley in the x-axis we have been clearly specifying, and simultaneously here 50 to 110, 110. So the mean deviation or difference between this 50 and 110 for both the equational terminology, x plus 2y less than or equal to 100 and x plus y less than or equal to 110, clearly specifies here 60 variation. So the wheat, when the wheat has been considered in the y-axis terminal and x-axis terminal has been considered with respect to the barley, and we'll be having wheat and barley in wheat for wheat 60 hectares and 20 hectares for barley as per the graphical representation based on the given constrained equations that we have got, right? So here it clearly specifies the maximum profit that by substituting in the maximization problem that has been obtained, that maximum x is equal to 50x plus 120y. Hence upon substitution we will be getting 5,400 US dollars as a maximum profit by the yielding of both these wheat and barley. Next, solving the linear programming format by R method. So here another one more method, sub method, that is a third method. First one, it is direct mathematical relational solvation process by utilizing the polynomial equations, that is in first methodology. Second one, it is the graphical representation method in the case of linear programming, and third method is solving of linear programming by utilizing the R technique. So here R technique, what is meant by R technique, we will be looking into detail. So R is an open source tool that is very popular among the data scientists for essential data science tasks. Performing of linear programming is very easy, and we can attain an optimal solution in very few steps. So how this R technique is existing? It is very much similar in strategy or equating with respect to the mathematical relational method, only by equating and following the non-zero conditions, basic source, equating the value, representing the non-zero variations, and simplification factor, and maximization or minimization of problems. So we are having the four different strategies or the four different steps, applying the constraints for each and every steps. Just will be simultaneously in the linear programming. By the utilization of this R method also, we are following the similar four steps here. All right, and we'll be moving with a simple example. A toy manufacturing organization manufactures two types of toys, that is toy A and toy B. Both are sold at rupees 25 and rupees 20 respectively. There are 2000 resource units available every day, from which the toy A requires 20 units while toy B requires 12 units. Both of these toys require a production time of 5 minutes. Total working hours are 9 hours of a day. What should be the manufacturing quantity for each of the pipes to maximize the profits? So constraints, there is no any constraints here. We can consider that toy A and toy B. Let the toy A be the mobile phones, and mobile phones, that is also the keypad type, and toys B, that is related to the touch type. So initially there is an organization which is manufacturing these toys. A costs of 25, B costs of 20, and we are having 2000 resource units, but only for manufacturing of this A 20 units is required, and for B 12 units is required. So both these requires a production time of 5 minutes to produce for a and among these 20 units simultaneously, if there is a 20 units with respect to the type A of toys, within 5 minutes the required quantity can be manufactured. So like that, if the total working hours is 9 hours a day, what should be the manufacturing quantity? How much quantity can be manufactured? That is the basic question. So here, how much quantity can be manufactured is one of the constraint. And coming to the major point of view, type A and type B toys, if we are utilizing only 20 units, within that our required quantity can be manufactured within 5 minutes. So rest of the 8 hours 55 minutes is extra. So constituting the for the 5 minutes, if we have been calculated the required quantity of toys for in the both A and B resource units, and additional can be identified simultaneously. We'll be moving in depth here. The main objective function is maximization Z, because we are having the major constraint for only 5 minutes of manufacturing unit, and hence Z is equal to 25 x plus 20 y. X is nothing but the units of pipe A and y units of pipe B. The major constraints here, 20x plus 12y less than or equal to 2000, 5x plus 5y less than or equal to 540. Let's see the code part. So there is existing code as specified in the computer technology, that is given in the instructions format. These are the set of instructions as per the given constraints subjected here and mapped here, and these codes are being dumped to a microprocessor or a programming device for computer numerical controlled way of manufacturing in the production units or industrial units. First one, install packages, that is linear program solvation technology, indeed to get the feasible value. Next one, library of linear programming for solving. So here library involves the previous values and what are the standard values to be measured, whether the obtained values are existing in between the feasible range of values or not, that is library, and what are the tools has to be utilized for required operational condition. And third one, it is setting the coefficients of decision variables. Objective, major objective. So from the problem we are analyzing the major objective, that is C of how much quantity need to be will be manufactured out of 9 hours of working time period, and for each and every type of product, that is type A is equal to 25 rupees and type B is equal to 20 rupees, and how much economical factor also existing, there is an constraint, and hence given that is after solving that objective will be having an one constraint. Next one, constraint mathematical relations matrix of that existing output with respect to 20, 12, and that is also in 20 in 5 minutes and 12 in 5 minutes. And moving on to the maximum row, that is n row 2 and by row t. And next, upon giving the instructions, we have to specify the constraints and have to define the constraints. So in how much time and how many resources units has to be utilized, like that. So here constant time has been specified, that is only 540 in minutes, that is 9 hours, 9 6 are 54, 540 minutes. So limited time, one shift time, 9 hours per work for each and every person. So constant resources, that is availability, there is an availability of 2000 resources, but there is a limitation of utilizing out of this 2000 resources. And next, simultaneously RHS constraints. Upon having defined these constraints in the left hand side, RHS is nothing but the standard value that we are getting after the solvation process, hence giving only the directions for the constraints indeed to solve the problem. Here the directions will be involving either less than or equal to or less than, and by that after the simplification we will be getting the finding the optimal solution. So for these optimal solutions, linear programming direction equal to maximum objective dot in constant math constant directories constant RHS. So this and all over the constraints need to be solved, and hence summary, and due to the simplification process, how the simplification has been done, and from the input library of this linear programming, what are the different types of techniques utilized, and what are the major objective values of x and y, and whether the optimal solution has been obtained or not, value of objective function at optimal point, where is the maximum point, and what is an objective value. In the question it is clearly specifying that find the optimal solution and optimal value and optimal point where the necessary actions to be taken. So this is the output summary step by step from the starting stage has to be progressed in each and every case is specified here. This has been obtained relation when the solution has been done, and this is the reference condition of output. And as per the given problem, our main motto it is output. Therefore, you can organize that 88 units should be utilized, 88 units of toys A and 20 units of toys B, and a maximum profit upon operating 88 units of toy A and 20 units of toys B out of 1200. The maximum profit for organization upon both A and B will be rupees 2600. So the functionality or constant value is x is equal to 88, y is equal to 20. We have been substituted over the obtained equation maximum 25 into 88 plus 20 into this 20, 88, right? So we'll be getting the answer 2600, and this is the maximum profit that is achieving by the company upon manufacturing. Thank you. And we'll be moving with another one more example related to this R technology or R implementation in the case of this linear programming technique, which we are utilizing for solving the optimal solution for each and every problem. Thank you.